Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning. First of all, my name is Citami Fredela Sitorus with the student ID number 210-30123-190058. Now, today I would be presenting a chapter on the Cleaner Production book with the title Regulation and Environmental Management System. Now, to start off, basically, this book focuses on cleaner production, and this chapter will focuses on the regulations and how to implement these regulations for countries, regions, or industries. Now, regulations of EMS and cleaner production basically wants to make a guide of companies toward cleaner productions. Now, companies are the major actors in resource use and pollution, so their behavior strongly affects their environmental quality. Now, regulations are set the minimum rules, while environmental management systems, or EMS, help organizations go beyond that simple compliance. This chapter connects three main elements: regulations, environmental management systems, and cleaner production. Now, to start off, let's discuss what are the social pressure of environmental regulations. What triggers the need of this regulatory need? So, environmental problems like climate change, sea level rise, and extreme weather basically triggers the need of wanting regulations to be implemented for companies. That is why the role of NGOs and civil society are pushing for a regulations. For example, the Greenpeace as an activist organizations and in early campaigns, and how public opinion creates political discomfort that forces actions. We can see here the pictures. There are political action that helps that they want a better future for their earth. So the regulator makers need to make rules for this basic concept. Next, the national legislation and pollution migration. Now, environmental legislation is not necessarily uniform. Some countries have strict standards and some doesn't really have that strict or flexible. So, in highly regulated regions, company may face high cost to control emissions, manage waste, and use cleaner technologies. However, in less regulated regions, there are weaker enforcement and can create a pollution haven where firms relocate polluting activities to reduce their compliance costs. Now, this situation basically uh, creates a trade off between short term economic benefits such as jobs, investment, and long term cost related to health ecosystem and damage social conflict. Next is the environmental management system itself and PDCA, or Plant, Do, Check, and Act. So, environmental management systems are structured management tools that help organizations control and reduce their environmental impacts, as we all just discussed. Now, EMS are part of a corporate environmentalism. So, basically, environmental issues are integrated into normal business decisions, which are very important. An EMS can be applied in any type of organization, including large industries, small and medium enterprises, and even public institutions such as schools, universities, and so on and so forth. Now, most EMS frameworks are based on plan, do, check, act cycles, which encourages continuous improvement of environment performance, which we will discuss later on. Now, why does companies adopt EMS? Now, many companies start implementing an EMS to ensure compliance with environmental laws and to reduce the risk of fines or shutdowns. Now, over time, EMS adoption is also seen as a strategic opportunity to improve the company's image and as a response to customers and investors' expectations. So, EMS can make processes more reliable and efficient, which supports higher productivity and better quality. So there is a need of balance between compliance and risk with cost savings and competitive advantage. Now, implementing AMS in practice. Plan and do. In the plan phase, top management basically defines the environmental policies, objectives, scopes of the EMS, and basically allocates the necessary budget and resources when implementing the EMS itself. Now, the organization identify all the relevant environmental laws, regulation, and permits, such as the ISO 14001. In the do phase, the company identifies environmental aspects and significant impacts of its activities, products, and services, which are the three scope of CP. The organization also sets specific environmental targets, develops procedures, and establish monitoring plans, and provides training to employees to increase awareness. In the check and act phases of the cycle, they want internal environmental audits and regular monitoring are used to verify whether procedures are followed and targets are being met. The organization basically checks legal compliance and analyzes the data to identify non-conformities and trends in the environmental performance. When problems are found, corrective preventive actions are planned and implemented to remove the root cause to avoid repetition. In the act phase, a top management that reviews the AMS results, evaluates progress towards objectives, and then decides whether to adjust the policies, goals, and resources. The review then leads back to the plan phase. So the EMS operates as a continuous improvement cycle rather than just a one-time project, which is more better so they can keep developing their system. Next are the regulation itself. The regulation that is implemented in around the world are the ISO 1400 family, which includes international standards for environmental management system. Now, this also includes the auditing, eco-labeling, life cycle assessment, and environmental performance evaluation. For ISO 14001, the standard that defines the requirements for an EMS and is used as a basis of certification or of organization. So if they want to make it certified, this uh, standard is one of the rules so it can let through. The third one is the EMAS or the Eco Management and Audit Scheme. This basically is only implemented in European Union, whereas the other ISO is usually implemented in around the globe, including Indonesia. If I'm not mistaken. So basically, EMAS is a European Union regulation that combines EMS requirements with stronger demands on transparency and actual environmental performance. So they want to ensure that all their management system on the environmental are transparent according to audits and the companies itself, which is very important in the implementing EMS. Now, to wrap this chapter up, I would like to summarize a little bit. So, environmental indicators are quantitative or qualitative measures used to describe and track environmental condition and performance over time. They basically help government, companies, and researchers to monitor trends, compare regions or sectors, and evaluate the effectiveness of policies and management services. Most EMS frameworks are based on the plan, do, check, act cycle, which we already discussed, which encourages continuous improvement of environmental performance. I think that is all for me for the fifth chapter of this book. I'm sorry if there is a mistake. Thank you very much.